Hello everyone, this is video number 7 and this one is entitled M1M5M15. You can see we have 3 charts and you can maybe guess why I've named it that. This is just a very brief video on entry. Okay, we'll talk in depth later on about indicators and one thing and another. So what do I look for an entry? Well, I'll tell you, but first of all I better tell you what's on the charts. The green dotted line here is marked off at 10 o'clock. Now I'm an hour ahead and so is the London market. I'm looking for an entry really when London market opens, or maybe an hour before, and there was a few this morning. So ignore this line here, the green and red one, for now. I don't want to talk about that one at the moment. The dotted line here is a daily pivot point. They seem like self-fulfilling prophecies to those. They tend to act like magnetic lines on the charts. Price will hover around them and it's uncanny sometimes how they stick to it. So I use them quite often as targets. The next one we've got is the Gary currencies, tick volume, normalized volume, unbalanced volume with a 30 period moving average on there. Okay, so what I'm looking for is when my first port of call is the tick volume. I'm looking for a change in trend, and there was one here which was tradable. You see it went from short to long, and then it was only a short move and then it started to go short. So once I start to spot that, I'll go down a time frame and down a time frame, and my entry is on the 1 minute chart. The euro dollar is great because there's a low spread, there's good volume, especially during the London and the American session. So you can see 10 o'clock and everything's looking right. I mean, obviously as you come down the time frames you'll find your entry point is actually a little bit earlier, so you've got to have these up all the time and just keep an eye on them. So the entry here is on the minute chart, and what I'm looking for is the white line on the currencies to have crossed that zero line. It's effectively a currency cross, and I shouldn't really point that out, but because it's not really a valid entry, I suppose. But the currencies have started to diverge. The next thing I'm looking for is the white line on the tick volume to have crossed zero line, and I want a red bar. I also want a red bar on the normalized volume. I want the unbalanced volume sloping down, and I want it to be below that moving average. So the entry point is literally there, and that's it. I'm not going to go any further with this. Have a play with that. You maybe already do this, and let's have a bit of feedback. Come on chaps, positive, negative, let's hear some views. Cheerio now, bye.